Hello, everyone. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video and listening to my story again. Part two we have for you today, and it's going to be a quick one. This is basically going to just be looking at the people involved in this case. We read the story the last video about the accused, the convicted party that's been in jail now for 30 years or so. And we're going to look at the other people that, testified against him, at least according to this one document that I could find on his case. And it was the appellate case, not even the original trial, but the appellate case is the only summary I could find just from a, Google search or from, my limited means of research. And these are the people that were named. And so we're going to go by one by one, but there's only two people really of interest. So we're going to look at him. Basically here, I'm going to tell you, listed off. Carl Wages is the convicted party. Catherine De La Cruz is the victim. We got Mary De La Cruz, which was Carl's girlfriend, the convicted party. Shelby Pace was a friend. Michael Jeffries was a friend. Raymond Edwards was a friend. Daryl Franklin was a friend. And Daryl Franklin was actually the caretaker for Raymond Edwards. So they were kind of both friends. And then we got three unknown parties of Michelle Kirby, Alejo Castro, and Drew Woodward. And those three parties were mentioned, sort of towards the end of that first summary. And we excuse me. The last three were mentioned, toward the end of the summary, and they didn't really give any information about them, but they were somehow involved in the case. So I looked them all up one by one in the Cuyahoga County court records or whatever, and just put in their name. So the first one here, I checked out. I searched, and we got it was a Michelle Kirby. So basically, well, let me go through. I didn't search Catherine because she was the victim. But then Mary, I searched his girlfriend, the convicted, and she had nothing in Cuyahoga County. I searched Shelby Pace, and she had nothing in Cuyahoga County. I searched Michael Jeffries, had nothing in Cuyahoga County. Daryl Franklin, I searched him. He had nothing in Cuyahoga County. And Raymond Edwards, when I got to him, he was the one that was really interesting. But right before that, we got the Michelle Kirby, and I searched her, and it seems to be around the same. I don't know for sure. I'm not an expert on research, but it seems to be around the same time frame in the same county and the same cities, whatever. And let me look at my paper here. And so she was born in 1959. So 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000. So she's probably, in her 70s. And so in 93, so 60, 70, 80, 90. 91, 92. So she was 34 at the time of this incident. Sorry, I guess I should have done all the math ahead of time. But she was charged with grand theft, poor relief. Not quite sure what that was, or what that means. So she kind of has a a minimal criminal history. Uh, as far as that's concerned. Um, and then the person of interest that's came up in all of these names, these 6, 7, 8 names. The name that came up as a an interest was that of Raymond Edwards Sr. And he was born in 9/20/74, which means that he would be 50 years old this year, or right now. And in 1993 he would have been 18 or 19. I don't even do the math. I'm just guessing, or I'm just estimating because I was born in 76 and I'm 48. So he was pretty young, a young guy at this time. And at that point, it looks like he had no criminal history. But when I searched his name, it came up. He's got 4 cases against him in Cuyahoga County. And starting from CR 04. Oh, 9. That's, yeah. It's not working. Sorry. So basically, from what I found here, I'm trying to find and share the page with you. But basically, we got Raymond Edwards has a case from 1994 of endangering children. Had a bond of $2,500 cash, or surety bond. Sorry, 25,000, 2,500 cash surety bond. And then in 1995, he had a attempted felonious assault. The endangered children in 1994 was dismissed. In 1995, he had an attempted felonious assault and a $10,000 to $12,000 cash surety bond, which he pled guilty to. In 2003, he had unlawful conduct with a minor, which there was a whole bunch of accounts. Looks like there was 8 counts that he pled guilty to and 12 counts that were just listed as NOLLE. Not sure what that exactly means. But here I'm trying to show you the screens here. So we get the case information for Michelle. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with you and just do this. Do this live. So I'm on the courthouse, Cuyahoga County Courthouse Clerk of Courts website, and we're going to do Edwards, Raymond, and he was a white male, and we'll just look at all these together. And so there was 4 cases. So there's his name. There was 4 cases. So the first case in 1994, it was Cleveland police was the arresting agency. And there you see it was endangering children, and it was dismissed PT. So I don't know what PT means. Original charge 9/12/1994. So I don't know what that means, or the PT part. Dismissed. So then the second case we got here is in, and see his date of birth was 1974, so he's 51 now. And the charges were, he was indicted, maybe, I don't know, the INDCT right here. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that he was indicted for attempted felonious assault, pled guilty, NCLIO, and at PT. So I don't know, but I mean that says to me he pled guilty. And he had a $10,000 cash surety bond, and then $12,000 something. So I don't know what that was. That's why I was saying earlier about the $10,000 to $12,000 cash surety bond. This is where it gets crazy right here. Is this case that is a 2003. So those first 2 counts are, the year after Carl got convicted and put away. The next year and the year after that. So from 93, a year later, 94, 95 was these next 2 cases that he had. And then he stayed clean until 2003. So, 8 years he stayed clean, and, under the radar or whatever. And then we come up with this whole thing. And we got, all of these. The first one, there's the R word. I don't really want to say it, but you can read it. Unlawful conduct with a minor. And this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those pled guilty, and then you can count them if you want to. I have it written down here somewhere. 12 counts of NOEL. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 8. And I don't know if this case here on the top is a separate case, but there's 8, 12, and then plus the one big one. I mean, not that any of this is not big. I mean, it's all big. But so yeah, so that one's kind of crazy. So, and he was a witness, and this guy was the witness in the case that was against Carl, and basically saying that he had, changed clothes, out of the clothes with the blood on them and all that kind of stuff. Which basically helped get him convicted and put away for the last 30 some years. So I'm trying to be objective. I'm not, trying to sway anybody. I want everybody's opinion on this. If you watch the first video and then you watch this one, like, these were the only 2 people that I could find any information in Cuyahoga County. Like, I can dig into more, any criminal history with any of them in Ohio or throughout, the United States, maybe, if I can, really get into it. But I'm just trying to, like, dig up as much, initial facts that I can, and, get some information out there. So this is where I need your help. And if you can, please leave a comment, or, if you're in the chat at the moment, if you're live, if you're watching this live, tell me what you think. If you're watching it after the fact, tell me what you think. I'll check all the comments. I'm just looking to get information. I'm not trying to build a YouTube channel. I'm not trying to get famous or popular. I'm just trying to figure out this case a little bit and find out who this dude is that is, involving himself in my life. And, if I can trust him, if I can't trust him, if I can, trust that he's going to, take care of my family member the way that he's, promising that he is. If he's lying, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to, do the best to protect my family member the best I can, my loved one that, I would do anything for. And I know they would do anything for me, just like, all of you guys out there would do anything for, a family member that you love, a mother or father or brother, sister, or aunt, uncle, anybody you're close to that, somebody's, coming into their lives that's, in prison for murder for 30 years and says, they love them and they want to marry them. And when they get out, they're going to get married and, live happily ever after. It just makes me leery because especially at their age, they're in I think he's in his 60s and she's in her 70s, that he's trying to, get with out of once he's out of prison. And so I just don't want him taking advantage of my family member or, worst case, hurting or killing them and, me losing my loved one before their time. So, that's all I'm asking for, a little bit of help, any kind of research, any kind of links, anything you can send to me. My email is ColdCase614@gmail.com. Send everything. You can just bombard that email with as much information about this case if you can find it. I can't find nothing about it. If you can know anything about getting public records from Cleveland, Ohio, or Cuyahoga County from 1993 or 92 or any of that information, I'm gonna call the county tomorrow, or probably now today. It's morning, now. But I'm gonna call them and talk to them and see if I can get a real person online and find out if they even have stuff, because I could just be on a wild goose chase, not knowing whether or not them not having even the records from that old or any kind of documents or anything. So who knows? But we'll see. So stick around. Part 3 will be coming soon. Leave a comment, share with anybody that you can, get the word out. I'd appreciate it. Just to help get some eyes on, or get some, people to, interested in this enough because I don't know if the guy's innocent or not. And, I would like to believe that, so that, my family member could, live happily ever after if he gets out of jail. But, I don't see it happening. I'm skeptical, but I want to give it a fair shot. So good or bad, leave me your comments and, your opinions, your thoughts, your suggestions on where to go from here. And I guess that's it. So I appreciate you listening, and I'll catch you on part 3. Have a good night.